YouTube live. So both are live.
You get the YouTube.
Yeah, the YouTube.
Book on Facebook. Alright, yeah man, I see you on Facebook. Good.
Alright, so good to go.
Yeah, man.
Shalom, bro. Welcome once more. All right, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The I.S.U.P.K. today is run by Commanding General YAHANNA, the man with the rank, the authority to be the leader of the nation at this time. I want to say Yahweh Basham Yahushai Barakatam to my brothers, Yahweh Shamar Alatan Basham Yahushai to my sisters, and that the I.S.U.P.K. is committed to the re-education of the Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians who are the Israelites today. Get those names of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians based on our captivity. All right, today now our topic, angels and demons. According to the Bible, angels and demons are part of the Most High's judicial system. How does a judicial system operate? You have a court?
Yeah.
I think for a traffic ticket. As a woman never tell a lie when you can't get court. Say I feel pitney. You're so lucky. We got a ticket. We got a court already for ticket. Well, when I go for ticket is not the same thing as if you should go, say, circuit.
Good.
You know what circuit court be?
Like criminal court.
Yes, it's come under the criminal court.
Yeah.
But what out here we call the circuit court, that's where your fate of life or death is determined.
Okay.
When a man upon say a shooting charge or murder charge, if the court don't go circuit, him not fret so much. But anytime he hears his case, I should say, if his case does not go to the circuit court, but as long as him hear that, boy, your case is going to go circuit, him start fret. Because that is where they sentence you to be hanged. Well, that's the only capital punishment that we used to have in Jamaica, hanging. But circuit determined hanging, life in prison, and the huge sentences. Right. God. So if a case don't go circuit, you know that, all right, the most we might get, for argument's sake, maybe up to 19 years. Over that might be circuit. And I'm not sure how the number of years operate. But that's a big court. But how that court runs now, you have the judge, the jury, prosecutor, and
the defense attorney.
Defendants, right.
Yeah.
And then you have clerk of courts,
Yeah.
who just take notes for the court. Now, this is modeled, it might show you how much Edens and study we, because that's Esau's court, But it's modeled off the Most High's court.
Good.
How you know? How him know?
Oh, Esau know.
Yeah.
I read in the scriptures.
Thank you. Thank you. So Esau know your scriptures. So much so that he set his judicial system from the Most High's copied from the Most High's judicial system. So in the Most High's judicial, all right, the judge in the Most High's judicial system, the judge would be who?
The Most High.
God would be the judge. The prosecutor would be who?
The prosecutor would be the demons are
Satan.
God.
Who was the head prosecutor in Jamaica? Paul Llewellyn.
Jamaican Satan.
Is that Jamaica? But in the same way, you have the head prosecutor. In the Most High's court, the head prosecutor is Satan. And then you have those who work in the prosecution department. Because Paul Llewellyn don't go out and gather evidence. Your team do it, don't? All right. So the demons work with Satan. They are called demons, but they are angels as well. Because, you know, Satan is an archangel.
God.
Yeah.
Never.
Who else is archangel?
Yeah, Michael.
All right.
Gabriel.
Well,
next one,
Uriel.
4 of them.
4 of them. I think Funnywell, something like Funnywell.
Okay. I see it on number 5.
Right. But those 4 angels works for Israel.
Okay, good.
Satan would therefore be working against Israel.
Good.
All right. Now, the role of the prosecutor is to do what?
To get a conviction.
To convict you for what you are being charged for.
Good.
All right. Then you have the juries. How much jury you have?
Yeah, 12 people on the jury.
All right. And that 12 is model of what?
The 12 tribe of Israel.
And
the 12
Christ.
elders.
And Christ.
And 12 elders.
12 disciples.
12 disciples. God.
All right. So Christ's 12 disciples are the 12 tribes of Israel. That's a jury.
God.
Now, the defendant side now. The head defendant out here now, or in Esau's system, would be who?
The head defendant.
Yeah.
Out here.
In a court. Yeah.
Attorney General or something like that?
No. The lawyer that you hire.
Okay. And the lawyer you can afford.
Yes. It means the head defendant. And his role would be what?
To defend you.
To defend you and find you innocent. So his role, whether you're guilty or not, is to find you, is to get the court to return a not guilty verdict.
Right.
Now, in the Most High's court, who is the head defendant? Yahweh, Christ.
Right.
So Christ is the head defendant in the Most High's court, right? So judge, jury, prosecutor, and defendant all work for who?
For the Most High, for the judge.
In Esau's system, they all work for who?
For the judge. Right,
they all work for the court.
Yeah.
So it's one body. Even the lawyer who you hire, he's the court, he work for them. Is you paying him enough? But he works for the court. It's just that his role in the court is to get you off.
Yeah.
So the battle is between the prosecutor and the defendant, the defense attorney. Yeah. So in the Most High system now, the battle would be between
Yahweh and Satan.
Right, Satan and Christ.
Yeah.
And they are battling for who?
For the nation of Israel.
Right. you in particular, the individual person in particular, because it's not just the nation in battling for him, it's each person, right? So we're going to bring out all that biblically in our class today. But first of all, now, the Most High made angels. He made, but when I say angels, demons and humans, you know, because demons are angels, you know. But you know, wonder how the church get to show you demon as some dark, ugly thing.
Yeah. Because
we possess people and all that.
Slappy, I asked my question.
Well, it's actually a rhetorical question, but you want to answer, you can answer. If you think you know the answer, you can answer. But, yeah.
Me that say, all right, two things. Them ignorance and them are trying to make the darker, you know what I mean? Vilify darker complexion people.
Right. Plus, it's the way they design their religion.
Yeah.
So that's why you know Christianity is just a religion.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the angels have an image. What's that image? Let's go to Genesis 1 and 26.
Turn. Another one can. And God said, let us make man in our image.
All right. So the emphasis on the word there is on us and our. Continue.
And let them.
No, after.
And after our likeness.
So after our
likeness.
Right. So that's the part we are concerned with. All right, just read the rest just for reading's sake. And let them.
And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea.
Them who?
Man.
God. Over the fish of the sea and
over the fowl of the air.
Yeah.
And over the cattle.
Mm-hmm.
And over all the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
So our dominion is not outer space. Our dominion is where?
On the earth.
On the earth.
God.
So that's one of the mistakes that mankind trying to make, trying to dominate space.
God.
We were given dominion on earth. All right. So God said, let us. So God speaking, and he was speaking to who?
Speaking to the angels.
His angels.
God.
Let us make man in our image. So that means what? Man is what?
Man look like the Most High.
Man, right, he made man in his image.
God.
In the sense that you have what? What differentiates you from the cows and goats and other things?
Your ability to, you know what I mean, think.
Your ability to think and to reason.
God.
So your reasoning ability is what elevates you. God. Because we're not the only animal, we're not the only being on the earth that walk upright. Don't girl that do it.
Yeah, God.
Right. You have other primates that walk upright. But what differentiates you from them?
The ability to, you know what I mean?
The ability to think and reason. God. So in other words, you can tell a man, go get this hammer, go drive this nail. You can't tell a monkey that. You can't tell a dog that. You can't tell a cow that. Right?
God.
You have to bring him through certain training. But that is what differentiates us from the rest of the animal and make us be the image of the Most High. So the angels are in our image. That is why you are able to see an angel and don't know. If you don't want you to know that it's an angel, you don't know. Yes.
Slakia. The creatures them, see, where they are the throne, them are angels too.
No, it tells you that they are creatures.
Okay.
And then it tells you that their role now is just to give praises to the Most High. So they don't leave from around the throne.
So, but how about the ones that came down in the chariots with Ezekiel, sir?
Those are angels.
But they also have the same features like the one at the throne, with 4 wings and
All right. Remember the one at the throne screamed the name of the Most High night and day.
God, and the one
and the throne itself could speak.
God.
Right. But you have archangels who can think, who is able to take a command from the Most High and can come on earth and do exactly what the Most High command them to do.
God.
Right. So those that Ezekiel saw in the chariot. It wasn't the one in the chariot that had the 6 wings.
4 wings.
The 4 wings. All right. That's him in his natural form.
We say that an angel in his natural
form.
God, I don't need a one.
Because when he appeared to you as a man, appear in that form.
God.
Appeared like a man.
Like a man. God.
Right.
If he appear in another form, then you spark some kind of concern. You understand?
All right.
Yeah.
But 2 ways to it. If they have wings that much, they wouldn't need a chariot too.
Well, I know. Well, understand it. It's not that they need a chariot. It's more like, you know what I mean? We can travel in a chariot. You understand? It's almost like, you know what I mean? You have a car. You can walk down the road and shopping.
But you have a car.
This side, you just have a cruise and try to go down there, see it?
All right, okay. That makes sense. So, well, yes, because we have the ability to make aeroplanes.
Yeah.
That's our kind of chariot.
Yeah.
Just that theirs is more superior.
Yeah.
So there are other ways in which you could get from here to there, but if you should take the aeroplane, then it's less hassle.
Yeah.
So you won't be that tired and so on and so forth. But outside of that, we're talking about the image of the angel. They look like man.
Yeah.
The Most High make us in their image. So all the encounters that man have had with angels in the Bible, where they physically come to them, Gideon, the name
Abraham. Not Abraham. Yeah.
Abraham, right? Who else? Tobit. Tobit. Well, we're not sure about Joshua. Yeah, because Joshua, at first when Joshua saw the person, he wasn't astonished. He wasn't. It's when him say, I'm the captain of the host of the Lord Army, then he bowed down.
Yeah.
All right. Who else? All them other ones, and I remember all of them. They didn't come in that. Even when John the Baptist's father saw the man in the thing there. Yeah, the man, they looked terrible, but he never had no wings and or something. He just looked fierce. And him in there with sensor, and probably the man with him sword on his side and all that. This man look like him can chop me up. You understand?
Good.
It's more that kind of fear. All right. So go come now to Isaiah 45 and 7.
Another one can. Another one can. Isaiah chapter 45 verse 7. I form the light.
Hold on, give me 45. Go ahead.
Another one can. Isaiah chapter 45 verse 7. I form the light.
I who?
Meaning the Most High.
All right, go on.
Another one can. And created darkness.
All right, so this is how you know it's God speaking. It said, form the light and create darkness. One being do that. And that was the Most High.
Good.
All right.
I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
So if Christians were reading the Bible properly,
Yeah.
they would know that there's not a Satan out there who is creating evil.
God.
He works in the same judicial court. And he don't make mischief either.
Doing job.
In doing job.
God.
So unless his mischief is in job. Right?
God.
And you will soon see that Satan don't just come up with something arbitrarily and tempt you, you know.
God.
How he tempt you?
Tempt you based off of your lust.
Thank you.
Some mistakes so you make.
Thank you.
You understand?
So you if you love whores, what do?
Put them in your way. God.
Why this is some sexy whores, man. God. If you love to smoke.
Put around people with weed and all that.
Thank you.
God.
If you love eat pork.
Always make your pass while them jerks in.
Yes, man, I make it smell. Lick your nose. Right. So in other words, if you say for instance you're not a person who eat meat. We don't promote that in the truth because the Most High never promotes you should not eat meat. Right? Yeah. But you can choose not to. So let's say you have somebody who don't eat meat. Can he tempt you with pork?
Yeah.
You don't even have to think.
Yeah.
That don't make sense.
God.
We won't get anywhere tempting you with pork and you don't eat meat.
God.
But you don't eat pork, but you love whores. So you want to tempt you with pork? No, won't tempt you with the whores. God. So you have to. So when we quarreling and cursing at the devil, at Satan, we should actually quarrel and cursing at our own lust. Right? God. Just like how we get up in the church and we say, devil is a liar, and the devil this and the devil that. But the Most High did already give you the curses and the blessings. And say, well, if you never did want to suffer, then you should be doing this. You understand?
So, sir. Yeah. So you said Satan don't tempt you with nothing where you never do it.
I know about that, you know. But I'm just telling you what the Bible says.
So but you don't know, growing up as a child, you know what I mean? You know,
no, man, coming up as a child, maybe test you with everything, you know, kind of know where you like it.
But it change.
When you reach to our age now,
you know that?
You know what we love, you know.
Alright, so I'm to the man where you see the opportunity. You never do this before, not a thief, but you see the opportunity. Steal.
Satan will test him and say if he will steal.
Yeah, so in other words, he test you with new things too.
Yeah, but them tests are not strong like you want to know say you're lost after.
In my mind, me I say come like a white police officer. You understand? You use the same tactic.
Well, we know that Esau is doing his work on earth.
Behave like the white man. So
the way the white man behave is the way the Satan behave. Of course, Satan try to frame it too. How much prosecutor send innocent man to prison?
Yeah, no, say them innocent. No, say them innocent.
Because his job is not to prove you innocent.
God.
His job, you come before him, his job is to send you to prison. God. It's the prosecutor, is the defense attorney's job to
get you.
Which that's the only reason why Israel have little chance of salvation, you know? God. Because we get a strong defense attorney as Yahweh. God. He was able to strong enough. He was so strong that he resists all the sins were put before him on earth, take the death, and was victorious. That's how he get the chance to be a defense attorney for us. So in Isaiah 45:7, him say, inform the light, create darkness. Him make peace, him create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So you see evil being done, not that you don't praise evil, but the Most High allows it to happen.
Yeah, you know, the Most High, because if you are allow it, slap you like what you say.
Would you say COVID is good?
COVID is not a good thing.
Would you say cancer is good?
Yeah.
So, who said them two things?
The Most High said it.
Exactly.
God.
So, if you say you're going, that this is why all those, you notice all the so-called healers who rise up and say them go heal COVID, what happened to them? It's the same COVID killer.
Good.
Yeah, because what they're actually doing is trying to fight against God.
God.
And no man can fight against God.
God. It's like the Christian church love to pray against COVID and pray away COVID. Not knowing what them actually doing. You know what I mean?
Well, nothing is wrong with praying. Ask the Most High to lift it. Nothing is wrong with that.
Them pray for the COVID go away, like as if the world deserve COVID. As if the world that deserve more than COVID.
Yeah, true, but I'm saying nothing is wrong with you asking him. Just that you know, when you and the truth know that he's not going to listen. Oh, you know him not going to listen. Yeah? Oh, you know that the Most High not going to listen to that.
That is a plea directly from the Most High.
All right. Him tell you that in the last days, once him start the ball are rolling towards the destruction of Babylon and free in his people, he's not going to stop.
Okay.
Okay, he said, shall the arrow be spent and return to the bow?
Okay.
Can that happen?
Yeah.
All right, so we don't use arrow again, we use gun. Can you fire the shot and it change and come back?
Yeah, you have a popular saying, you know, once a bullet leave the gun, you know, return back, you know.
Yeah, all right. So once he start to send these plagues, that is why if you notice COVID mutated them.
Right.
And we don't know. Maybe one of them mutation might react against the vaccine or something. We don't know. We don't know what him have up him. All we know that him put in him New Year, him have him foot down on New Year.
Right.
New Year kill more of his Most High people than any other city.
Yeah.
Yeah, them cop kid, them killers, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, New York, you are terrible, man. All right, that's Isaiah. Go now to Amos 3 and 6. I set them foundation then.
Gun. Another one gun. Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord has not done it?
Right. Shall a trumpet be blown? You know what trumpet I'm talking about here?
Trumpet for war.
Right, the warning trumpet.
God.
Because remember in those days whenever I have satellites, social media, and all those things. So when an army is out there coming to your city, there was no satellite to pick up any movements.
God.
So what pick it up? The watchman.
God.
See movements out there and warn the people, blow the trumpet. So when you hear that trumpet, you know that danger is coming. You're going to catch a afraid. So he's saying, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? But at the same time, he said, shall there be evil in a city and the Lord hath not done it? He's the one who does it. Him order the evil to happen. All right? So the role of the angels, whether they are prosecutors or they are demons, whether they are prosecutors as in demons or defense attorneys as in Christ and we just call angels, the various archangels who always come to Israel's aid. They both work for the Most High, right? Yeah. They work under the Most High Judicial Council. Go to Job 1, 6 to 12.
Gun. Job chapter 1 verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to the presence
to
present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them.
All right, what we did yesterday?
Present yourself to General Maya.
Thank you. The same thing, the council. Because you know the court does similar thing. The trial that you go to and see the court coming out and the defense attorney talking and the prosecutor talking. There's a lot of communication done behind the doors before that part come out. Because the prosecutor, when him get certain evidence and they say, he had a cell phone, you know, so if you can retrieve it. All that is done before the court date. So who go and retrieve that cell phone?
The people.
The cops.
The cops.
So the police work for the prosecutor too.
Okay.
That's why them stay so.
Them still up here. The police them no work for the defense attorney.
Nope.
Yeah, so you can't go say it.
So you see, there is more in Esau as well. There is more that is against you than who's for you.
God.
It's just in Moses' side now. There is more for you than is against you.
God.
But in Esau world, the whole system is designed against you. All the cops that you see, they don't work for the defense attorney. Even the one on the road writing the ticket for you. Who they work for? The government. God. And what they do for the government. Find you guilty that you were breaking the speed limit or you had some traffic violation. Right? So the cops work for the prosecutor. Right. So the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. Verse 7.
Verse 7. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence cometh thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
So Satan used to have to come down and walk and find people to tempt.
God.
He never did have a system in place that works for him. He have it now. You have one whole nation of people that does his work.
That's a white man.
That Esau's descendant.
Okay.
That's why there was in Rebecca's womb there was a battle between the two babies.
And get a people of him own now.
Thank you.
God.
But in him getting people of him own, the Most High also set up people of his own in the form of Jacob.
Yeah, God, sir. And that would mean the opposite.
Yeah.
Of the Most High having a people. No,
so you have understand now. This is the if the Most High is the one who does evil and who does good.
Yeah.
Chances are in favor now. Even though him tell you, I put two roads before you, you're free to choose.
Yeah.
But him tell her, if I was you, I would choose good. You understand?
Right.
I lay evil and I lay before you good and evil. You have the right to choose whichever one. But if I was you, I would choose good. I remember what Christ said, shall there be, I put it again, shall there be, sorry, no. Atrocities must come.
Yeah.
But woe unto the one who bring it.
Yeah.
Offense must come.
Yeah.
But woe unto the one who bring it. So in other words, that's why Esau was fitted for destruction. Because woe unto the man who bring atrocity, who bring the offense. So Satan present himself, and the Most High said, "What, brethren, where you coming from? Why walking up and down in the earth?" And then God said what?
Verse 8. And the Lord said unto Satan, As thou consider my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil.
So, have you seen my model citizen? Yeah. Job. This man fears me, he's upright, and he doesn't like evil. Have you seen? Then what?
Verse 9. Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Does Job fear God for naught?
He said, then that Job fear you for nothing, sir? Has he feared you for naught?
Yeah.
Then?
Verse 10. Has not thou made an edge about him, and about his house, and about all that he has, on every side?
So you see that Satan does what? Respects the Most High.
God.
And he respects the Most High's boundaries.
God.
He said, well, we can't touch him. You put an edge upon him, around him house, all that he had, on every side. Not even a little people in the left him going and go tempt him. So what do you expect? Continue.
Another one can. Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land.
Thank you. So Satan see, but Satan realized he can't touch Job. Yeah. So
verse 11. But put forth thine hand now and touch all that he has, and he will curse thee to thy face.
But Satan now put forth a challenge and say, if you move them edge and them curse it to your face, you stay the thing say inferior for nothing. Because he's a prosecutor. His job is to show the Most High, say you're not worthy of what he is giving you. That's what the prosecutor does. Saying you are not worth. This man is not worthy of freedom. This man deserves to be locked away. So Satan say, put forth the hand now and remove the edge and touch all that he had, and he will curse you to your face. And then the Most High said,
verse 12. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he has is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord.
So in other words now, when he say only upon himself put not forth thine hand, it means you can't kill him. Yeah. Because Job did break out in boils. Yeah. So Satan not touching Job means Satan can't kill him. Yeah. Because if you do that, then is you kill him, right? Yeah. So you're going to give him the option to stick to God or curse God and die. That is what the Most High has put forward for Job. And Satan, believe it or not, he respects the Most High's boundary. He knows his boundary. It's just that he is the prosecutor. You notice when a police get a little smell, and by smell I don't mean literal smell, but a little hint that you just do something that breaks the law or them behave.
Suspicious.
Thank you. Worse if them find something that supports their first suspicion, eh? Yeah. And they say, oh, so let me see what else I can find. because their role is to take away your freedom. So you have the society, you are being given freedom in the society, but let's see the ones that is not worthy of this freedom. Let's see if we can remove them from the society. That's what the prosecutor does. So this woman in the church in Westmoreland in Chilani gets shot, right?
Yeah.
You don't know who do it. The first thing the cops and the prosecutor know is that there is someone in that area that is not worthy of freedom. Because they have freedom and this is what they do. Right?
Yeah.
And when I don't even have to go that far, you know, same place in Mayfair here. Right here in Clarendon, there's killings. First thing the police and the prosecutor knows is that there is someone who is not worthy of this freedom that the society gives, right?
God.
Now imagine if the cops had some power like Satan that they could just zero in and who do it. Then that would be a little more precise, eh?
Yeah.
But humans don't have that power, but Satan does. So Satan and a demon. As a matter of fact, then first the demon go and say, why you love gun, you know, the man I love gun, you know, provide him with an opportunity to use it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a job turn up. And they plan the case, you know. The same like how the prosecutor said, and plan the case. All right. We're gonna use the case in Chilani. The woman. It was Chilani, right?
Yeah.
Let's use that case in Chilani. I have to show you the prosecutor who is Satan works. Why what we finished 12, right?
Cancel at 13.
All right. 12 we're stopping. We're stopping at 12 there. So the next one we're going to talk about.
Still up here, sir. Let me just ask you a question. And verse 16 said, while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of God is falling from heaven and has burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them, and I only am escaped. So Satan can make fire fall from the sky too.
All right.
Basically.
Hold on. The fire that fell from heaven most times come from what? The chariot.
The chariots. Gone. Right. So it might be more chariot.
Could be. Could be.
There might be one chariot and he make fire fall from the sky, give him permission.
Exactly. The Most High give him permission.
God.
All right. But the Most High give him permission to set up in kingdom in the earth. And you see it.
Yeah, God.
You see it.
God.
It works, but it don't work for we.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for the Most High people.
Excellent for the white man.
For the white man.
But it don't work for we.
And for the other nation.
God.
But it works not for us.
God.
And because we are the ones on trial, we are the ones in the courthouse who Christ is interceding for. That is how he's going to lose the kingdom.
God.
Because the kingdom that he was given, it's used, he used it to prosecute us. Because when we are there, he have less power. Yeah, when we in rulership, have a big archangel Michael, 4 big strong angels against him. What he can do? 4 against 1, you know. Yeah.
So them agents they are a neutral stance now until the given time, or the right time, or them still a guide them, or them just a focus on the righteous men in the I.S.U.P.K. right there.
They have them works too. They are not sitting down.
No, they're not sitting down, but like that protection, overall protection of the nation of Israel.
Yeah.
Them still have the jurisdiction then.
You know, so the protection is more on the UP and the truth. All right, when you look at history, you can see where the Most High's protection was and how it travels through history.
Yeah.
Follow the Bible. I think I said this before. The white man only won the warrior because of two things really. One, it was yes in the prophecy, and two, he was carrying the word that should free you in the end.
God.
If he had dropped the word, the Most High would have dropped it and changed things.
If he had what?
Drop the word, the Bible, and not bring it to you that you have it now.
So that, yeah.
Yes.
We willfully brought the Bible to us knowing that
They're going to free you?
God.
No?
God.
So that's showing us that the Most High wisdom supersedes all. God. Because in Esau's kingdom, what he used the Bible to do? Convict you.
God. In our court system.
And it does, because the curses does convict us.
God. It was written to us.
Right.
God.
But the Most High also writing it that the Holy Spirit will teach us about all things in the end.
God, sir. So look here.
Yeah.
Is it that's why whenever a police kill a black man for the least amount of like for a blue headline, them say they bring up in past. Not, is it probably because they might try to say, look, he was breaking the laws at the Most High and he deserved it?
No, not in their mind.
Okay.
Not in their mind. In their mind, it was just nobody who needs to die.
So what are the purpose of bringing up the history of the individual, seeing that them killing unjustly? Is it probably is that like the Most High way they call it now, way of you get what I'm trying to say?
Well, for one,
bringing up like
when the prosecutor send you to prison, what happened to the prosecutor?
The prosecutor gets paid.
He getting just collecting pay and going, is he vilified? Is he
no, but
is he is he in prison? Right.
Yeah, I don't talk about the white man and what him getting. See? I talk about is it so, all right? Bringing up a black man's history of sin, see?
That's their way of justifying the killing. Yeah.
But is it spiritual in the sense that, all right, this man died unjustly, but he was a sinner?
When you look at it,
yeah,
because he's not in the truth. God. All right, look at the American Indian, the native who was going up into the mountain to pray. God. And they have it is in an area that is now made a reserve.
Reservation.
Right. God. National reserve over in America. Protected area. God. So their law is that you don't just go in there like that, right? God. But he was going to the sacred spot that they had before the white man came there. Yeah. But what does our law say? So don't do that. They go up there and worship false God.
Yeah. So when I mean him just falling under the white man.
So it is very interesting that those of us who breaks the Most High's laws fall in the hands of the white man. God. For something else. God.
And then the record shows he was a drug dealer. He was a this. He was going to the groves to worship in the mountains. So it's like the court system of heaven still in play.
On earth. But that's what we pray for when we say, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thine will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Yeah. So in the judicial system that we have in heaven, they are praying for it to come on earth. Yeah. The same way he rules heaven, we are praying for his model of rulership to come on earth. Yeah. That's a prayer that Christ was the first one who taught us to pray like that. Yeah. Because we never did understand these things before Christ came. Even though we were the Most High's chosen, we just feel say you go about your business, you commit a sin, you go in the temple, sacrifice something, and that hold you till the next sin. Because they're not even look and say, I should not be sinning. They will look and say, all right, this will hold me to the next sin. And we sin again. Yeah, we can just go over this one and cut a lamb neck. Yeah. All right. So that blood from the animal was what used to intercede for you, but at the same time it can't talk. So all those sins would have, even though God hold it as that reconciling a sin, the true reconciliation of a sin comes through Christ. Right. So that's why we lose the kingdom and everybody now have to come back through Christ. Right? Right. But on earth, we lost the kingdom because of how the white man stayed. You get me? Right. We are prosecuted because of how him stayed. But at the same time, is when you're in the truth now, you understand that these things out there that Esau is pushing against you is really to get you to wake up. All them abortion, Planned Parenthood. But that thing when you show me the other day, I never know so much abortion take place in Jamaica. 22,000 abortion in Jamaica per annum. I didn't know that. I saw so much.
Yeah, you read it. You see it?
I saw it. Yeah.
That's a one. 22,000, sir. What murder rate? Slappy. What murder rate in Jamaica?
Maybe 2 or 3,000.
Per average. See?
Per annum.
You know what I mean? So, 22,000.
So the system is killing us more.
No, the system will do that. They matter about the legal abortion then.
What illegal?
Capri want do the legal abortion get legalized.
Yeah.
So abortion are go on back door.
So who?
Backyard abortion.
Alright, let me show you something. When you see that backdoor abortion, right, the fetus is still sold.
Okay. Okay.
So who are the buyers?
The same people.
I just legalize, they want to legalize it.
They want to legalize it so they can capitalize more on it.
All right.
Promote it like
when Rastafarians were pushing ganja, yeah, who was going to prison?
Black,
no, that is the black man them.
Yeah. God.
They are now saying abortion illegal. Who going to prison?
Who going to prison?
Mm-hmm. For the illegal abortion.
You see nobody get that.
Nobody. Why?
Because I don't want.
So you have a murder rate of say 2,000 people, yeah, per annum. Most of the cases you find the killer, God, and you send him to prison. God. But you have an illegal abortion, yeah, 22,000, and you can't find somebody who is perpetrating this illegal thing.
Yeah, and I like say, all of them, you know what I mean, them parents say them pregnant. You see? No for them did I check up a hospital and all that.
Because so the system knows that they're pregnant. And you don't see them with the baby. So you can, that is even an easier case to solve than the murder rate.
And
because that woman, you know what, they will catch a man who kill a woman. Him take a selfie.
So what? Same killer?
No.
What?
You never show you the video?
Yeah, when you take a selfie from the crime scene?
Before it happened.
Same about it?
No.
What?
In video, the woman, he was behind the woman.
Yeah.
You see the woman a clap and a dance in the black dress.
Yeah, sure.
And him zoom and him do so and him show himself and
yeah,
two other quengers beside him. But him not speaking it. But after it happened, he forgot the phone.
Yes.
Okay. So they found the phone. So, well, this is how Satan works. His role is to convict you. So he make you left the phone.
Get a boy in a jail in a car, I'm going to murder today.
So, Satan, hold on. So Satan is looking and say, and doing his work. He might do he work perfectly though, because the prosecutor pull from the society persons who is deemed not fit of the freedom and the privileges of the society. So, but you know, you have it in scale. The man who commits such kind of thing, him deserve to be killed. The man who do X, Y, Z, him deserve a short lock away of freedom. The man who do something smaller, him deserve to be charged. But the whole thing is, the prosecutor now is to find you guilty and to punish you for not adhering to the privileges that is granted you from the society as a whole. So why the Most High's people is being prosecuted in the system is that we broke him law and we want to go scot-free. The Most High say, I saw this thing, I go, I'm name God, you know. Right? So Christ does the intercessions. You are going to say something about the thing.
Yeah, me have to say something about the complications where them say develop during pregnancy. Enough cases them say yo, I due to, you know what I mean, them a try abort the child.
Really?
And unsuccessfully.
Really?
You understand? And then cause complication later down the line.
Really?
Yeah, man. So, okay. You know what I mean?
But if you notice, there's an illegal abortion, but because you know you have illegal abortion.
Yeah, man. Because Jamaica legalize abortion. You see, so whatever abortion that take place, then consider it illegal.
Right.
You see?
But the legal abortion is like
going to the doctor.
No, man. The woman is pregnant, but there is a complication where the fetus can cause her life. She bringing forth this child is going to cause her life. And it's going to come down to either she or the fetus. That she or the baby.
So that exists in Jamaica now?
Yeah, man, it exists everywhere, man. Long time.
No, because we know abortion is illegal. So you say that one is legal in Jamaica.
But to make a decision to abort the fetus to save the mother life, there was never any law against it. That the law is against you just deciding say you're not carry the baby. You understand? You have a complication. The doctor have the right to say, all right, yeah, this is XYZ, and we have to abort the fetus. And in cases, you might even do it without you making the decision. Yeah, because most time when you reach to the doctor, it's because the complication has reached a point where it either render you unconscious, render you immobile, put you in pain or something that the doctor don't have to make a decision. If you find it early, then the doctor can say, well, you know, this is going to happen, and you will have to make a decision by X time. Well, it is quite clear because it's self-defense. All right. That is self-defense. All right. Now, let Jude. Jude. I think Jude is in New Testament. Jude only have one chapter. Jude have one chapter to like over there.
Right. Sorry, Revelation.
Right, just before Revelation. Jude 1 and 9.
Jude chapter 1 verse 9. Yet Michael, the archangel, when contending with the devil, he disputed about the body of Moses, durst not bring against him a railing accusation, but said, the Lord rebuked thee.
So, and this is the only place that this is mentioned. So all the years we were in the kingdom and so on, we didn't know that Michael the archangel wanted to bring Moses' body into the promised land. And Satan tell him, say, no, that's not supposed to happen. But at the same time, you know who is Michael?
Michael, one of the archangels.
Right. What's the name of the warrior angel?
Michael.
All right. So Michael is a warrior angel. Yet, Michael, you know when they understand by what they mean by railing accusation?
Like, you know what I mean? Not argue with him
like, so you go to somebody about something and then rail up. You see, we use it in our talk.
Yeah.
We say him do it. He just rail up on me so. Yeah. Imagine when I rail up so I go on board. Well, this is in the Bible.
Okay.
So we don't even know, sir. In me, that's all. Those are the little things that even point back to you. Say the Bible written like the way you talk.
Yeah.
So you're just telling about not one railing accusation, meaning that they had a dignified conversation. And the only thing Michael said, the most I rebuke you, know, Satan. Most I rebuke you, man. Right?
Yeah.
So, because what? They are working for the same person. They both work for God. Michael know that. Satan know that. Satan never rail upon Michael. Michael never rail upon Satan. So why we now as human get up in the church and then talk about I trample the devil and all that? The man who fight for we not talk about trample the devil. He have more sense than that. He has a dignified conversation with the devil. They were arguing against something, you know. There's a dispute, and they were arguing. Well, I don't think it's who won, but it just tells that there was a dignified conversation between the two of them.
So that, yeah, which one Moses born in there?
Nobody don't know. Oh, okay. Nobody say Moses just go up in the mountain, you know. Yeah. Because if man didn't know where Moses' grave there, that would have dig up a long time. Mm-hmm. Maybe the statue, maybe the bones are there in the Vatican.
Yeah, could have the covenant. Could have the covenant. But definitely try to get Moses born, you know.
Yeah, man, if we didn't know them, would get that, man. All right, let's go to Tobit.
Gun.
Tobit is the other interesting one. The book of Tobit in the Apocrypha.
Yeah.
All right, KJV Apocrypha. I'm not going to find Tobit on my phone now. I forgot to make a, once again, use my phone. All right, Tobit 6. All right, so we're looking at the role, the demon's role, being a prosecutor. So one, there was the time with Satan and Michael arguing. Michael say, nah, the bones must not, he's not worthy to go, he's not worthy to go into the kingdom. That's why the Most I call him up and make him dead up. So obviously Satan is a damn good prosecutor, you know? Because look how he met the man, kill the man, and then left the phone.
Guess what I go on now? You see, I don't know, maybe I feel judgment that where I just feel big test that in a life, but you know what I mean? Satan job, you know what I mean? I have to make sure say if I break the most high law, you get punished feel and feel punished just come quick. You get me?
Probably.
So it did left the phone. Why he convict himself? He not convict himself, he not left the phone to spy.
That's my point.
That's a big mistake when you make.
That's the point.
You understand? I look back and I say, the phone.
Yeah, but guess what? Him love gun, obviously.
And you know, say a good boy. I know.
Well, obviously, man, a killer. That's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm doing it.
I probably a church boy, isn't it? It's just that.
Don't say anything. But the point is, he did not. He was tempted by Satan, based on the things that he lost after.
Yeah.
A lot of the young men out there lost to be a quenner, a shatter.
Yeah.
He want to be the best shatter. And him they run every day and probably I read the Bible with him, but deep down at that him lost after him. And guess what? You don't know about what? Satan know. Because Satan hear him whispering him in his mind. And the angels battle for him and say, yeah, no, I'm a good youth, you know, say, nothing involved in all them things there. Satan I say, you're talking about a good youth, watch this. Babs, show him how he can get a gun. And he jump for joy, he say, what? Don't forget a gun and sitting. And the angel then probably say, I still a good youth, you know. I say, yeah, man, you know, why you say a good youth? You see, you give him a gun, him not do nothing with the gun. Watch this. And then make him do a selfie because, you know, maybe probably that's required for him to get paid to show that he's really good.
Well, but no, our stepson, man. Our stepson, you know. Our stepson, so I don't really pay as a vengeance. You understand? Because
I think our stepson do it.
Yeah?
I think I'm about it.
No, stepson,
I think I'm pull the trigger.
Probably not, but
I think I'm a shooter.
I think phone drop it, I think to the selfie.
Oh, so the phone was for sure, say, yeah, you do it.
I don't know what the dealing with what they say about.
All right.
A film phone, them say you're them fine.
A film phone?
Yeah, the steps up. So, even the day they do the selfie.
Well, if I'm in the film picture, right? Because somebody who hold the phone show himself. Obviously, the captain released that photo then.
Yeah,
obviously, you won't need an ID parade. Exactly, so you don't need an ID parade now. So if they were going to need an ID parade, you know, and then put out that the picture, that the picture. In defense attorney get them off easy, you know.
They say defense attorney that say that some kind of conflict.
Yeah, because how you put them on for ID parade and then you see him on a phone. Yeah. Obviously that image in a fresh identifier man.
Hold on. A picture that go around with the wrong person, you know. You see? So
okay.
The phone incident probably different from the picture where that go around.
Okay.
A virgin come and clear me and say, yo, picture where I go around and me and the police confirm say, yo, and a thing. So, for that picture they are that.
No, we're talking about the phone.
Oh, well, the phone, no. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Them connected with a different picture, or put out a different picture. But we know say the stepson left the phone, I left him phone. You see? So, well, on the selfie we are talking about, and that selfie they are talking about, the picture will come out with the brother. Probably not that. Probably the phone of them fine and a selfie them fine. Probably
it's a video. When you say selfie and a selfie, and a snap picture and a video.
Video selfie.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Family dispute. You know what I mean? So, okay, we say which chapter?
And it's a family dispute that probably could have been avoided, because we're going to go into that, because they are Israelites.
God.
Those people are Israelites. So if they were following the Most High's law, this could have been avoided.
God.
Because we have laws concerning how the properties dispensed. Yeah,
no.
We have that. All right, Tobit 6.
Chapter 1.
Chapter starting at 10.
Tobit chapter 6, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
The angel said to the young man's brother, today we shall lodge with Raguel,
Right.
who is the cousin.
Who is thy cousin?
Exactly, who is thy cousin. He also has one only daughter named Sarah. I will speak for her that she may be given thee for a wife.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 11. For to thee does the right of her appertain, seeing thou only art of her kindred.
Art of her. You are the only one of her kindred.
Thou only art her kindred.
Of her kindred.
God. Verse 12. And the maid is fair and wise.
Meaning what?
Meaning she's pretty.
Right, she's beautiful.
God.
And she's a wise. But you know, the ordinary person would read, say she's fair and say she's brown.
She's brown complexion.
Fair skin. But this is saying that she's beautiful and she's wise.
God.
Continue.
God. Now therefore hear me, and I will speak to her father, and when we return from Rakes, we will celebrate the marriage. For I know that Raguel cannot marry her to another according to the law of Moses, but he shall be guilty of death. Because the right,
The angel saying this, if he do it, he is guilty of death.
God. In the law, the punishment for that is death.
Obviously. He said he would be guilty of death.
God.
Yeah. Because
the right of inheritance does rather appertain to thee than to another.
And to any other.
So,
because she only have a daughter, Him only have a daughter, Him don't have any son, it seems.
God.
So his wealth have to stay in his tribe. So the next of kin would have to take his daughter to gain his wealth. If the daughter takes someone else, then, because remember, he has given her and 7 times before, but it didn't work. Was he guilty of that then? No, because this man never did put forward himself.
God.
But he's doing so now. Continue.
God. Verse 13. Then the young man answered the angel, I have heard, brother Azarias, that this maid has been given to 7 men who all died in the marriage chamber.
Yes.
Verse 14. And now I am the only son of my father, and I am afraid lest if I go in unto her I die, as the others before me. For a wicked spirit loveth her, which turneth, which hurteth nobody but those which come unto her. Wherefore I also fear lest I die, and bring my father's and my mother's life because of me to the grave with sorrow, for they have no other son to bury them.
All right, and I know that No, hold on there. You give me this woman, 6 other man dead from, 7 other man dead, who married her and dead in a virgin. I am the only one for my mother. Oh, father. You are going to make she kill me so that them go dead because